Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, a week-long search for justice has finally ended, and a bicycle accident is serving as an important reminder of roadway safety.
An altercation at a local Walmart leads to an arrest, and the TBI needs your help in identifying an identity thief. All those stories, plus your local weather and sports. Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Dylan Simmons.
And I'm Taylor Pennington. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News.
After a week-long manhunt, the Blount County Sheriff's Office announced the capture of Kenneth DeHart, the man who shot and killed a deputy on a routine traffic stop. Officers found DeHart in a home in Knoxville and took him into custody on Tuesday, along with his girlfriend and brother, both charged with accessory to the murder. Police say that the $100,000 reward will not be claimed after not receiving a credible tip. Sheriff James Lee Barong shares his thoughts on the statewide hunt coming to an end.
To have a network in the state of Tennessee of law enforcement that will work together to bring justice to an individual that committed a crime, especially one that killed a law enforcement officer in cold blood.
The Murfreesboro Police Department is on the hunt for two suspects involving a supposed crime ring. The Murfreesboro Police Department are working to identify two men who falsely advertised low-quality items as high-end products. One victim of this scam reported that two men approached them in a Lowe's parking lot and convinced them to buy a projector and screen valued at $12,000 for only $1,500. The two suspects claimed to work for a fake company called Sound Vision. The police reports the two suspects are driving a 2023 silver Ford Expedition Limited Edition with a Texas license plate. If anybody has any information regarding the two men, please contact Detective Jessica Rice.
A shocking arrest happened at a local Walmart during what was supposed to be a normal custody exchange between two parents. Nicholas Pritchard arrived at the Walmart on Joe B. Jackson for a custody exchange when the situation suddenly escalated on Sunday. During the exchange, 3 Walmart employees were collecting shopping carts when a confrontation with Pritchard began. MPD reports that Pritchard displayed his handgun during the altercation and then turned the weapon toward the employees who were also in the parking lot. MPD later reported to Pritchard's residence, where he was taken into custody and booked into the Rutherford County Detention Center.
Road safety is being emphasized here in Murfreesboro following a second deadly bicycle accident. On Tuesday morning, a pickup truck turned left on a commercial road, hitting a bicyclist about 7 in the morning. The bicyclist was taken immediately to Vanderbilt Medical Center for treatment. The extent of their injuries is still unknown. After the second bicycle accident in 2 weeks, other riders are beginning to urge roadway safety here in Murfreesboro, as well as the MPD, who started working a new social media campaign that started last week called Traffic Safety Education and Enforcement.
The Tennessee Highway Patrol needs your help in identifying a suspect. The person on your screen is considered a person of interest in a recent identity theft case sourced out of Davidson County. Not much information has been released about the suspect or the case itself, but officials are using social media to help locate this suspect. If you have any information on this man, please contact Sergeant Brad Simpson.
The Lebanon Police Department have an unexpected suspect in custody following a crash Tuesday afternoon. The LPD responded to a call following an SUV crashing into the glass storefront of Lebanon Discount Liquor and Wine. After assessing the scene, officials reported that the unlicensed juvenile was behind the wheel. No injuries were reported and charges are still pending.
Metro Nashville schools will be implementing a gun detection software within surveillance cameras within the next week. OmniAlert has developed a system that will detect a gun within a fraction of a second, sounding an alert. MNPS has also shared that the project will also be installing shatter-resistant film on school windows and doors. In addition to these advancements, Metro Police have added the School Resource Officer program, as well as adding additional patrols and officers outside of schools during high traffic times. The safety of students is in the forefront of the minds of the community. The same sentiment is also shared among local officers. And now Elise Sandlin joins us with our first look at the weather. Now, we have had some wild weather this week, Elise. How are things looking right now?
Thanks, Dylan. Right now, the weather outside is some of the warmest we've had this month. For our highs today, Shelbyville, Murfreesboro, Woodbury, Manchester, and McMinnville are sitting at 62 degrees. Mount Juliet has a high of 63 degrees, and Smithville has a high of 60 degrees. It's a sunny day across the mid-state today, with little to no cloud coverage throughout the area. When we come back, I'll have your lows for the mid-state as we head into the night. Dylan, back to you.
Thanks, Elise. And still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, a local middle school is dancing their way to awards, and MTN reporter Kira Fullington gives us a look as to why love is in the air at MTSU. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Love is in the air, and reporter Kira Fullington is taking us through the Love Week celebrations here on campus.
February is often a month centered around love and relationships. This month is a time to nurture and learn more about those relationships with others and even yourself. Departments within the MTSU community have partnered together for Love Week. Tess Wastic explains how these events are educating on healthy relationships.
So we have Love You Week. It's a collection of a bunch of different events that are going on with different departments around campus. And essentially we put them all into one kind of sheet for everyone to see and be able to share just little things that are going on that really relate back to loving yourself, having good relationships with yourself and others, and so they span across all those different areas.
These events focus on providing education on positive relationships through mental health awareness. The director of the June Anderson Center for Women and Non-Traditional Students, Dr. Megan Whiffley, explains their role in Love Week.
So the June Anderson Center's main event next week is the How I Met Your Cover novel swap. It is a event that we've had multiple times before. What we do is we cover all of the books, we write a short little blurb, and then we give out free books to students. And that's really about both mental and emotional wellness.
These events provide a safe space for students while also providing educational information on resources around campus. In Murfreesboro, I'm Kira Fullington, Middle Tennessee News.
Thanks, Kira. For more information, check out the June Anderson Center tab on the MTSU website. The Oakland Middle School Theater won an award for excellence in dance. Oakland Middle School recently took 43 students to the Junior Theater Festival in Atlanta. The students performed an excerpt from the musical Shrek Jr. The students were judged by Broadway professionals, where they earned the Excellence in Dance Award. Students Evelyn James and Gavin Pearson were chosen as All-Star students by judges and participated in a VIP All-Star workshop. Oakland Musical Director acknowledged their work ethic and dedication they have at such a young age.
A new bill that can potentially ban the sale of cold beer in Tennessee has been put on the docket. This bill was first introduced by Representative Ron Gant, and the bill aims to prohibit the sale of refrigerated or cold beers in retail stores. It was first introduced to the House and Senate on January 31st and has been referred to the Senate State and Local Government Committee. There's little known about this bill so far, but more information will be shared when more updates are released. Here in Murfreesboro, there's a way to find community in all sorts of places. Reporter Trey Gotzi found a connection to an unlikely sport.
Cornhole, America's favorite backyard pastime. It's perfect for family functions, barbecues, and tailgates. But one group has made it a weekly community event.
Like I said earlier, we started with 2 boards, and then now we have like 8 boards. It's just this big happy family. We just all come on Thursday nights and we just have a good time, and it's just I don't know, we have the kids, the adults, and everybody just has a great time.
Every Thursday, roughly 60 people come together for a night of fun, camaraderie, and of course, cornhole. Several cornhole groups exist in Tipton County, located just north of Memphis, but none are quite as tight-knit as the T County Baggers, who meet at the Garland Community Center nearly every week. While some players consider it to be just as competitive as the NFL, others come to simply enjoy the company of friends and family.
So somebody comes in here and says, I ain't good enough, I don't want to play. I said, I promise you, you play with us, nobody will get mad at you. It's like a big family, and they'll actually teach you and help you, give you bags to play with, and they'll make you feel like you're home.
And the rules of the game are simple enough that anyone can learn to play, from toddlers to grandparents. while some players go pro and even compete in regional and world championships through the American Cornhole League, many of the T County baggers enjoy playing in beginner divisions. For them, it's less about winning and more about creating this sense of family within the local community.
Just have fun. Don't take it serious. You know, there's winners, there's losers in everything that you do, you know, and you learn as you go.
Christy Ham and her husband Andy designed it to be this way. A judgment-free zone where everyone feels welcome regardless of age, race, gender, religion, or sexuality. In fact, the Cornhole family was so welcoming that even I got the opportunity to throw a few bags. In Covington, Tennessee, Trey Gotze, Middle Tennessee News.
Thanks, Trey. We love to see the community coming together. And now Elise Sandlin is back with tonight's forecast. Now, we know that the lovebirds will be out and about tonight. What kind of conditions will they be dealing with?
Thanks, Dylan. We've got a pretty decent forecast for our Valentine's Day lovebirds tonight. For our lows, Mount Juliet is looking at the warmest evening throughout the area, sitting at 41 degrees. Murfreesboro and Woodbury will see a low of 40 degrees. Shelbyville and Smithville have a low of 39 degrees, and Manchester will see the lowest temperature of the night at 38 degrees. So it won't be too chilly for all those date plans tonight. When we come back from the break, I'll have your full 5-day forecast. Dylan, back to you.
Thanks, Elise. When we get back from break, Elise will be back with our full 5-day forecast, and Alexis Phipps will be in the MTN Sports Den with a look into what the week holds for sports. That's coming up right after the break.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Elise Sandlin for our full 5-day forecast. The rest of this week will have no shortage of events. What can we expect to see in the next 5 days?
Thanks, Dylan. As we head into the later part of the week, we will see some cooler evenings across the mid-state. Today in Murfreesboro, we have a sunny day with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Thursday, we will have a high of 65 degrees and a low of 41 degrees with partly cloudy skies. On Friday, the high is 61 degrees and the low is 29 degrees. The low evening temperatures will also be accompanied by a 78% chance of rain. Saturday will bring the coldest day of the week, sitting at a high of 41 degrees and a low of 22 degrees, with mostly cloudy skies. And Sunday will be a mostly sunny day with a high of 52 degrees and a low of 25. That's all I have for your full 5-day weather forecast today. Dylan, back to you.
Thanks, Elise. And still to come on Middle Tennessee News, Alexis Phipps will give us the goods on MTSU baseball season debut and a historic edition for Conference USA. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little ones. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to the MTN Sports Den. The MTSU basketball team will square off against the New Mexico State Aggies in a difficult conference matchup tomorrow night. The Blue Raiders enter the game coming off a win against FIU, gaining some momentum heading into Thursday night. The Blue Raiders are looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since the last week of January, while the Aggies will be looking for their first win on the road this season, as they have lost 10 straight away games. The Aggie defense is second in the conference in defensive field goal percentage and will look to slow down MTSU leading scorers Elias King and Justin Porter. Tip-off is 6:30 Thursday night at the Murphy Center and can be watched on ESPN+. Moving to the Diamond, Blue Raider baseball will open this season this Friday in a 3-game series against the Bowling Green State Falcons on Friday. The Blue Raiders will enter the season with second-year coach Jerry Myers, who has come off a year with a record just under 500. MTSU will look to kick off the season with a series win with returning key players pitcher James Sells, outfielder Eston Snyder, senior Briggs Rudder, and senior Luke Vinson. Fans can also take advantage of $1 tickets, soft drinks, and hot dogs as another way to celebrate the start of America's favorite pastime. Friday's game will start at 3 p.m., while Saturday and Sunday's games will be at 2 p.m. and 1 p.m. MTSU softball will be on the road again as they head to the Florida Gulf Coast University Invitational this weekend. The Lady Raiders are looking to bounce back after losing 5 straight last weekend in California at the NorCal kickoff. 4 out of the 5 games resulted in MTSU's opponents scoring runs from walk-off hits. Senior pitcher Cameron Karsich went on 0-4 from the mound, but is hoping to revive her successes from last season with awards such as Conference USA Championship All-Tournament Team, 2-time Conference USA Pitcher of the Week, and ranked 6th best in earned runs allowed in CUSA. The Lady Raiders will match up against Delaware in Fort Myers, Florida on Friday. And finally, Blue Raider tennis will be back on the courts at the Adam Tennis Complex this Friday. Coach Borden Dame and the men's tennis team will look to get back on the winning trail after falling short on the road, marking their 4th loss away from Murfreesboro. They will play host to the Wildcats of Northwestern, the 9th Power 5 team the Blue Raiders have faced so far. The Wildcats are coming in as winners of 4 of their last 5 matches, including against the 8th-ranked Duke Blue Devils, a team MTSU had previously lost to. Blue Raider Demas Taramonlis was named CUSA Conference Player of the Week and will be a key factor this Friday. The matchup will be at 5 p.m. and can be watched on MT Athletics' website. That's all I have here in the MTN Sports Den. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Alexis. Wrapping up our show tonight, as everyone knows, we have reached another February 14th, which means that Valentine's Day is here. St. Valentine's Day, as it was once known, began as a celebration of Valentinus, an early Christian saint. It then became associated with love and romance in the High Middle Ages.
From that point, the traditions of Valentine's Day, cards, dinner dates, and all that began, and it has been celebrated as such ever since. It is not just a day for couples, though, as those who are single and celebrate in their own way, such as going to the movies with friends.
Certainly is a great way to celebrate Valentine's Day, and we all know the great stuff that it brings, and going to be fun to see how it all shakes out. Obviously, a lot of great sports going on this week, as Alexis talked about as well. Can't wait to see what happens with Blue Raider baseball and the other sports in the upcoming weeks, Taylor.
I'm very excited.
Absolutely.
Very excited. Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Middle Tennessee News. And if you missed anything and you want to watch us, go to our website, middletennesseenews.net. I'm Taylor Pennington, joined by Dylan Simmons, Alexis Phipps, and Elise Sandlin.
Make sure to follow us on all of our social media sites, and we'll see you Wednesday, February 19th for our next show, folks. Make sure to watch it.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.